I'm substituting for elementary art again, and I get to do a lesson plan if I want to. So today I brought in some of my sculptures to show the kids. And I'm gonna do a little bit of a lesson on form by making sculptures out of tinfoil. It's gonna be a disaster. So it was only slightly a disaster. There were a couple of people who really liked the lesson and they were able to like make the thing that I had put on a piece of paper. And there were a couple of people who got really frustrated and just balled it up and threw their tinfoil kind of across the floor. And for the most part, the class was like, I don't know what to do. How do I do this? And so I coached them through and helped them through. They really wanted to glue the tinfoil together. I'm like, no, that's not what it's for. You got to crimp it together. You got to push it together. Taught them how to make an armature. That was another word we used. Balling up the foil and then, wrapping it around if you wanted a body, and then wrapping the foil around. It's kind of like an armature, and then you make form on the outside of it. Funny what I thought the hardest ones would be and what the easiest ones would be. The one kid pulled a boat and he was having a really hard time turning his tinfoil into a boat, which I thought was going to be one of the easier things to do. You just kind of like make it boat shaped as though it were going to fall in the water, and the dude was real frustrated with it. And then the one who pulled French fries actually made a little French fry sleeve and then made little French fries, aluminum foil French fries that went inside the French fry sleeve. That was really cute. With the first graders, I did a wax resist, which is just coloring with a candle. I used to use candles when I was little, like the little birthday candles, or a white crayon if you can find one, and you put wax on the paper in a pattern, and then you put watercolor over the top, and the wax resists the water, and so it's kind of like secret writing. I did a letter to Santa on a blank piece of paper for mine, and I painted over it with a watercolor, and my entire letter showed up, and they were like, whoa, that's really neat. Then with the last class of the day, I let them do Google Classroom, which is generally what all substitutes do. And to be honest, I've been a little apprehensive about them using the computers because they're second graders, but that's what kids do these days. They have their own laptop and they carry it to and from different classes, and they know how to get onto Google Classroom, and they do directed drawing videos on YouTube. So of all of the art substituting I've gotten to do this week and last week, I finally did a online tutorial, and everyone was sitting. I had the least behavioral problems out of everything that I have done here so far. I've been engaged and I've been giving the kids projects every class, every day. I've shown up like cosplaying as an art teacher. I haven't been doing the substitute lesson plans because the real art teacher said that I could. I can do whatever I want as long as I don't hurt anyone or make a mess, which is pretty much what my rules are, I think. And this is the first time that I did the online directed drawing with the kids. And it was great because they were all engaged, they were all drawing. A lot of them were kind of like drawing similar things, and they were cartoons. They are learning how to draw, but I kind of felt worthless. And I know I wasn't. I was walking around, everyone was happy. They were like chit-chatting with their friends. It's not like everyone was being quiet, and a lot of them had their headphones on, and so they were just like the screen and them, and they weren't interacting with other people, but then they would go get some colors and come back and go into their own little world. So it was kind of like a double-edged sword. I was of two minds about it. I also get to hall monitor and do lunch duty for the sixth graders, and they're a hoot. I've heard they're loud and unruly, but they're kids. They're just excited. Says the one who doesn't have to be here for 180 days.